Welcome to my three-part pop-up podcast series. Thank you so much for listening and being open to the intimate subject of your wardrobe. So we all do the best we can, and until we learn something different that will help us, we don't do anything different. But I hope I can be that for you. I'm hoping this new information I might be sharing with you would be life-changing. But I just want to be honest with you. I'm new to this, and I just ask you to give me grace because it won't be perfect. But I will be authentically me, as I feel this is my purpose to share my gifts with you. These 3 episodes will cover how your wardrobe creates confidence, and how your confidence creates identity, and how your identity creates impact. You might have heard me share on a podcast or maybe a summit or an event, and you're on a mission to serve and impact the world with your gifts and your knowledge and your expertise. And I'm not here to judge you. I'm hoping to inspire you and educate you and motivate you to consider what's possible as you move forward in your life to your highest calling. I really love empowering women speakers, professionals, and business owners so they can be more confident with dressing energetically on stage and in-person events and just feeling fabulous and beautiful every day when they walk out of their bedroom. I just so appreciate you being open to possibilities. And as I chat about what we wear matters, thank you for being open to talking about this whole subject. I know it's just something we don't talk about in public much. I truly see every woman as being beautiful with her own unique features and gifts. And one of my dear friends saw in me what I couldn't see in myself and the wonderful opportunities that might be ahead for me. You know what? She was so right. And I'll be sharing more about that part of my journey with you a little bit later. That's what I see for all of you, possibilities to feel more confidently beautiful as you are. So episode 1 is going to be about your wardrobe creates confidence. Every day when you walk out of your bedroom, you are giving a message to the world by what you're wearing. And I've discovered a lot of people are hiding in plain sight and don't know it. It's not your fault. Sometimes we just don't know what we don't know. First, let's talk about your style. I think about how you dress is influenced by somebody else, right? And so your style is evolved over the years into what you wear now. Maybe it was your mom or girlfriends or a mentor. Maybe it was somebody you admire or even a magazine, or maybe somebody else, maybe something else. My mom worked in a mill and wore jeans before we actually wore pants to school when I was a girl, right? And I think my role models came from other girls at school and magazines and catalogs, but I was always very self-conscious. I was chubby. I was a chubby little girl and was teased as Patsy Fatsy, enduring even sexual abuse by my male family members when I was young. And I've realized now how crippling it was for my self-esteem as a little girl. We were very poor, and my dad was a logger and he worked seasonally. He would get, deer in and out of season, so we'd have meat on the table. And every summer, my mom would raise a great big garden we had to help her with, and so she could can. And we'd go blackberry picking. So we had, blackberry jelly for our peanut butter sandwiches, all year round. And my parents they did the best they could, right? But I had to wear hand-me-downs. My mom, parents, friends had, we'd share each other's clothes, and that's just what it was like back then. And, when I was in junior high, my mom went to work at a lumber mill wearing those jeans, and I was the responsible child. I had to get my siblings, my younger brother and sister off to school. My older brother did his own thing, but I had to get them ready for school, get their lunches, get them on the bus. I had to help take care of them when they got home, clean the house, and start dinner. And that was a lot of responsibility. But the more my mom worked and the more money they made, the more they started drinking. And that was tough. So when I got in high school, my granny had a cafe and I got to work at her restaurant every weekend and every summer so I could buy my own school clothes. You know, in high school, it's so important to feel like you fit in. And I was always a little heavier than all the other girls. So it was harder to fit in. That was my journey, right? I just felt like I just needed to fit in. And back then we had the Sears catalog too. I just thought about that. And so that tells you, you know, I'm 73 today. So I've had a journey through the fashion industry to tell, to say the least, right? But I didn't really get into fashion and stuff until I started into the work I'm doing today. So, you know, I did convince my dad when I was in high school and I got my driver's license to let me buy a car. And so one of the first things I bought was a pink and white 57 Chevy. So I could get to my job every weekend. Sometimes they didn't want to get up in the morning and take me. So that was really important to me. And when I was in junior high, I made a vow that I was going to live differently than my folks. I was going to be successful and I was not going to be living in the fear of failing. And I was determined because I decided this is what I wanted. I want to go to beauty college. I want to get married. I want to have a 4-bedroom house with a fireplace. I wanted my own salon and I want to have 6 kids. Well, I actually won a scholarship to go to beauty college and I got married to the love of my life right out of high school. Actually, we'll be married 55 years this spring. You know, I had everything on that list by the time I was 23. And we bought our first house and it had a 4-bedroom house with a fireplace. And right next door was a beauty salon on the property. I couldn't believe it. By 23, I had that. And we decided having a daughter and a son was the perfect family for us. 6 kids was not in the lineup when I was going to work next door as my kids were hanging around. And I wanted to be near them. So that was great. So, but today, the way we dress is really totally influenced by the media and the fashion industry. And if we want to look nice or get a new outfit, we head off to the favorite stores that are close by, right? We go to Macy's or Nordstrom's Rack or, you know, whatever stores you like to shop at, because it doesn't even matter where you shop. You go where you can afford things and you find stuff that you feel comfortable in, and that becomes your wardrobe. So if you think about the challenge I'm finding today is that people are really wearing everybody else's clothes. Like you're wearing what people tell you to wear, what the fashion industry tells you to wear. You want to fit in. You want to look nice. You know, if you're in corporate, that's a whole genre in itself. So many people are leaving the corporate industry and becoming entrepreneurs and doing their own thing. And I want to help them step into be who they really are. So, you know, I know this is not a subject we really talk about that much, right? And I really want you to feel confident. And when you know you have a wardrobe that reflects your confidence, it's so much easier than you expect. So I feel like we really need to understand who we are and what our style is. And when you understand how you create that wardrobe, then everything can change. And the thing I really want to talk about is the thing I want to share with is that you don't have to spend thousands of dollars and hours of time when you really know who you are, what your gifts are, and what your best color palette is, and how that can affect making it so easy to build a wardrobe you love to wear and have those clothes in your wardrobe that you need when you're ready to go someplace. I'm curious if you've ever reflected back on thinking about your style and where it came from. But have you ever thought about that? How does it affect who you are today when you were treated as a little girl? Maybe you were treated fine. Maybe you came from a really nice family. Maybe it was not a big deal. Maybe clothes weren't a big deal. And then all of that really is weaved into our self-esteem today, right? So I recently had a client tell me that her mom was a pristine dresser, and she expected her to dress exactly the same way. It didn't really fit her. She felt like she could never measure up to her mom's standards. She reflected on that after we started talking about who she is and what she's doing today and her careers and her lifestyle. And she realized that now she really has a choice. She's making a choice of who she is. And now she's really stepping into having a more fun wardrobe. She's a really fun person and she isn't really pristine. So that's been fun to work with her on that. I've come to understand part of how we looked was influenced by our family and our culture and how we were treated by our father and the people in our lives. What I love about today, ladies, is we can look attractive and stand out in the crowd and not have to blend in. We can confidently get dressed, walk out of our bedroom, and know we look amazing. We don't have to fit in. We can stand alone because that's what helps you build your business. You know what, though? People do make an assessment about you in the first 3 to 5 seconds they see you, and 50% is on what you're wearing. That's according to Harvard Business School. Actually, we all do that. We all make assessments of other people. We take a glance at them in the first 3 to 5 seconds and we make assessment in our head like, wow, they look nice, or why would they wear that? Or wow, that color looks good on them. We all do that, right? So what about thinking about how important it is when you're in business and you're wanting to connect with people is making a great first impression. That has never gone away because you want to build that, confidence structure out there so people think gives you credibility, actually gives you credibility. So when you're being attractive, people are attracted to you. So let me just share what I think being attractive means. You don't have to be fashionable or trendy or be physically beautiful like models. You just have to present the very best version of your authentic self. It reveals a lot about you. You know when you look your very best because you feel good from the inside out. Attractiveness is a measure of how you present yourself overall, from head to toe, inside out, being confident and being authentically yourself, right? So I say what we wear does reveal a lot about us. Not only does what you wear reveal a lot about you, it's your whole appearance, from your hairstyle, right? When you walk out of the bedroom, you have a hairstyle you've chosen to wear. That is part of your attraction, or your appearance. You've seen people, right? You've seen people like, wow, they look great. Your appearance is about what you're wearing that day. Are you going jogging? Maybe you have your hair in a ponytail, right? Or maybe you're just cleaning the house and you just, you don't put a lot of effort into it. But if you're doing business, and like most of us are, we have to think about how we're going to look. What are we going to wear when we get online? What are we going to wear when we go to an event? What I really love is that when you think about this, people, the first thing they see when they look at you is they look at your hairstyle. When I first started working with some people, they haven't updated their hairstyle for a long time. They don't even know what hairstyle to wear. So that's a key factor for me, is I can help you with that. I send you pictures. I help you pick the right style for your type of hair. And so the next thing they look at is your eyes and your cheeks and your lips and your outfit. 3 to 5 seconds. They really do that, right? So think about that. What you wear does say a lot about you. It reflects how you're feeling about yourself on the inside. And somebody told me when I went to an event that his son worked with a fashion industry. And he said, if people can't trust you to go into your wardrobe and pick out a great outfit and come out looking amazing, they're not going to trust you with their money. And I've thought a lot about that. It isn't hard really to do that anymore, but you have to think about that. So my whole heart is that we help you think about who you are, but give you the confidence you need by knowing what to buy and where to shop and how you look. This is the part that really is exciting to me, is that fair or not, appearances really matter. But what I've learned is that your appearance should draw people in. It's really a bridge of connection. What does happen in the first few minutes, right? People are attracted to you when you're being attractive. I don't know where you are right now in your life. Um, maybe maybe you want to get a better job. Maybe you're dating and want to look really beautiful or more attractive, right? Maybe you're going through a divorce. Maybe it's not an easy time in life for you. Or maybe you're launching your business. I'm actually one of the foundation pieces to help people. When you know what your best colors are and your style, it really helps with your brand and your image, and it makes it simpler. Well, I had one lady said that she was expanding her business and growing as a speaker. And I work a lot with speakers because they elevate their income when they look amazing and then they're confident. So I'm hoping that might be something I can help you with. Maybe you just retired and you're moving into a new aspect of your life. I would love to make it easy for you to think about where you're at and where you want to go by who you're being and what you're wearing. You deserve to look and feel fabulous every day when you get dressed, regardless of what you do that day. I really do believe that your wardrobe creates confidence, confidence creates identity, and your identity creates impact. So sometimes didn't have a good experience. And I've had to learn to let go of that little girl and thank her for reminding me that that's what it was like, but not today. Today, I had a coach say, Patsy, give yourself a big hug. And I'm encouraging you to do that. You are so different than who you are as a little girl, because we have choices today and we see how far we've come. We're very resilient as women, and we can be anything we want to be today. So hug yourself and remind yourself that you're amazing. You're doing things that you never even thought possible, right? So we are totally in that possibility realm when we're in business and we're moving forward and wanting to be more of our authentic, beautiful selves, to be able to serve the people in the world that we're using. So I have a favorite saying, and this is it. Fashion's a look. It's not an age. It's not a size. It is not a name brand or a price tag. It's who you're being, more approachable, more confident, more attractive, and feeling beautiful as your authentic self. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my first podcast and have a new awareness of how you arrived at your style today and maybe where you were influenced from. And I hope that this makes you think about, okay, let's stop and take a good look at where I'm at. So I have a little homework for you if you want to play along with me. I would love that. I'm just testing out to see if this is something I can help you with. And so I'd like you to go into your wardrobe, into your closet, and ask yourself, what percentage of your wardrobe do you wear today? I mean, you have your comfy clothes, stuff that you wear all the time over and over because you know the color's right or the style's right. But what about your confident clothes? Do you have certain clothes you wear when you're doing business, when you're on stage, when you go to events? So you look more professional and look more like the image that you have in your business? I would like to see what that looks like. So I'm encouraging you to take a picture of your confident outfit and maybe the section of clothes that you wear most often. I mean, this should be fun, right? I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to help you. So if you'll do that, you can text me a picture and let me know that you've heard my podcast and you're listening along. And you can text it to 707-889-9600. Let me say that again. 707-889-9600. Tell me your name. Tell me what percentage of the clothes you wear, and a picture of your favorite confident outfit. Maybe you just have one that you love to wear all the time. And that's great too. Because tomorrow I'm going to share about the magic of color and how shopping your closet, we might be able to put 3 together outfits with some of the information I'm going to talk to you about color that I think makes it easy for people to connect with you when you're on stage and especially on Zoom. So I'm hoping you'll listen tomorrow, because tomorrow is about confidence creates your identity. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and text me 707-889-9600.